and welcome back to another episode of Motorista. And what a car we have for you today, the BMW 740i. Now, brand new, this car would have set you back $220,000. What does all that money get you? Well, we're about to find out. So, first things first, let's have a look at the engine. Now, underneath this long bonnet, we have a 3-litre, 6-cylinder turbocharged engine, putting out 240 kilowatts of power and 450 Newton meters of torque. The car weighs in at about 1.8 tons and gets you from 0 to 100 in about 5.5 seconds. Now, that ain't too bad considering the size of this car and the amount of technology and leather and just about everything that it's got. It also includes air suspension front and rear and electronically controlled dampeners, which make light work of those potholes and really smooth out those roads. Now, as we mentioned, the 7 Series is a very, very big car. Now, it's almost like the BMW engineers have thought of Andre the Giant when designing this 7 Series. It's got enough room back there for a giraffe to stretch out its legs and still have room for the zookeeper, measuring in at over 5 meters. Now, something worth mentioning is what BMW calls the carbon core. Now, what that means is that the 7 Series has been developed with the extensive use of carbon fiber in the A, B and C pillars, along with aluminium and high strength steel. Now, all these materials combined stiffen up the chassis and improve handling. Having the carbon fiber up top reduces the weight and lowers the center of gravity, and as we know, improves on performance. But the real magic starts when you step inside, and it's packed full of technology. So let's run through a little bit of those. As you step into the cabin, you're greeted by opulence, class and sophistication. This BMW 7 Series feels more like a 5-star hotel than anything else. It's got so much technology in here, and the great thing about the 7 Series is that when they introduced, they have all the technology which then trickles down to, say, the 3 Series or the 5 Series. This is a 2016 model car, and some of the new 3 Series that have been released will just be coming out with the technology of this 7 Series. Now, it's got features like heated and cooled seats which extend out to the armrests. Now, that's great. I've never seen that before, and I only sort of noticed that yesterday as I was driving. But some of the other features include autonomous braking, autonomous driving, gesture control. It's got the air suspension, those automatic dampeners. Everything about this car screams luxury, and it's a brilliant car to drive. But once you jump into the back, a little bit of the fun starts there. There's a Samsung tablet which lets you control some of the features out at front. So let's go and have a look, and maybe there might be a giraffe out there. So now that we're on the back of this 7 Series, I can tell you that it's got so much options, so many creature comforts. You may not have some of this stuff at home. And one thing that it has is this Samsung tablet on the center armrest, which will just pop out now and go through some of the options. Now, I've never seen this on any other cars. It allows you to change the interior lighting. It allows you to increase and decrease the actual volume of the stereo, or even change the stations for that matter. It also gives you an option what is called sun protection, and if you press close all, it will close the sunroof, the side blinds also. Another cool option is the seats. If you'd like some more leg room, you can actually put the seat forward, or you can also bring it back if you like, and it lets you do this all through the tablet. Now, I've never seen this before, and it's quite remarkable, and it's very, very fun to use. It also lets you adjust the climate control, whether you want the heat up, whether you want it down, or the air conditioning. And the driving information is another feature that allows you to know how long it will take you to get to your destination. It does allow you to use third-party apps also, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or maybe you want to do a little bit of work, or you can take the tablet with you, do your work, bring it back, chuck it back into the center armrest, and off you go. Now, let's take this for a drive and see how all this technology interprets out on the road. So here we go, we're in the 7 Series, brilliant. Now, as soon as you take off, you kind of know that you're in a very big car, but it still feels quite agile and athletic. The 7 Series has an array of different options, and a couple of those which we'll touch on is firstly the gesture control. Now, when you're driving along and you want to increase the volume of, say, the song you're listening to, you can just wave your hand around and it'll increase the volume. And then if you want to bring it down, you turn it the other way around. So there are a lot of other options that you can use with your hand rather than sort of trying to look for certain buttons. For example, the heating and cooling is controlled via touch, which makes it really, really easy. And I guess some of those things you're probably looking for in a lot of the modern day cars. The 7 Series also gives you a few different driving options: Sports Comfort, Adaptive, and Eco Pro. The two main ones that we'll probably look at is Comfort and Sport. We've currently got it in Sport at the moment, and the engine is quite responsive. That twin turbo engine gets you from 0 to 100 in 5.5 seconds. Now, changing that into Comfort is not really going to change the performance all that much. But we're going to hit Comfort at the moment, and as soon as you hit that, you can actually tell that it's in Comfort. Those air suspensions work really, really well. Even though we're on a road that's quite smooth, you can tell the difference. So changing between those modes, depending on how you want to drive, and having that in a 7 Series is absolutely brilliant. So to conclude, I guess what can be said about the 7 Series apart from the fact that it is packed full of technology and a heap of luxuries. For the money that you're paying, it is a lot of car. A 2016 model car for $115,000. Brand new, this car would cost you over $220,000. Today, if you were to walk into the BMW showroom, you're not going to get a car that's any different to this. So why not save over $100,000? It's a no-brainer. It drives and feels exactly the same as a brand new car. Well, that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the show. Big thanks to Dutton Garage 1911 for giving us that 7 Series for review. If you'd like some more information, check out their website, DG1911. But for now, thank you very much. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the Instagram page. We'll have a whole lot more content coming up for you soon. Open sesame. Comes with standard features like autonomous braking and driving, reverse sensors, front sensors, laser headlights, which it does not include. It can't be this hard. It's around here somewhere, man. It's got to be. It also has gesture control where you don't necessarily have to take your hands off the wheel to navigate some of the easy options in the car. That was a little bit better.
What are you going to use to do your gestures if you can't take your hands off the wheel? Your elbow?
Oh yeah, that's true, isn't it? Sorry. So first things first, let's have a look at what's under the engine. No, not under the engine, under the hood. If you're watching this and you're editing it, Mervin, I'm really sorry, man. I really am sorry. I'm really sorry. I know I'm not going to be next to you when you're having a look at this footage. When you come across it, you're probably going to be really, really upset. But just remember, I'm sorry, man. I really am sorry. And next time you shave your head, make sure that you cut the entirety of it.